laughing, smiling when I look in his face. Like, it's funny.
Manny, how much longer do you want to box?
Right now, if you ask me my condition, I'm okay. I think I have more 3 more years like that.
Manny, if you beat Broner, and I know you want to focus in on January 19th, have you been given assurances that if you beat Adrian Broner, that the Mayweather rematch would be next in 2019?
I cannot give you assurance for that, but if you ask me, it's good for me. I mean, it's good that that fight will happen because then the question about maybe the fight will stop. People are asking about the fight with the rematch with Mayweather all over again, and but I think it's good to have another fight with Floyd Mayweather because of these questions from the fans, from the people. They've been asking that question because the first one is doubtful.
Do you regret taking that first fight, given that you had that shoulder injury that you were dealing with? Do you wish, in hindsight, that you had delayed it?
I'm not regretting about what happened the first fight, but of course there's a second fight. If that fight happen again, it will not happen again. The excuses.
And Leonard's right here. Leonard, has Floyd told you that his plan is to fight him again in May?
No,
No,
absolutely
no.
not. We haven't had one discussion about it. Focus is obviously Manny and Broner. It's a great fight, and I think that Adrian has something to say about that. That all the talk out there that about a rematch. I haven't had a discussion with Floyd about that.
That's what I'm thinking about. I have to focus this fight first against Broner. It's hard to talk about after this fight. About the rematch with Floyd that I have a coming fight with Broner. So I think it's the right time to talk about that. Maybe after the fight with Broner. But if you say there's a rematch, no, I can say no, there's no rematch because I'm fighting with Adrian Broner.
Manny, you had your pick of the litter when it came to the welterweight, so what was the inspiration behind going with Adrian Broner as opposed to any of the other guys?
I saw his couple fights. Adrian Broner is fast. He's a good boxer. It's good to challenge. Good challenge for me. Especially he's young, and I'm turning 40 years old this December. So that's a big challenge for me.
Leonard, quick question. Floyd has made it clear he's only going to fight for 9 figures. He's not doing medium-sized fights. A rematch with Manny, no matter what anyone says, would still be a 9-figure fight. On the night of January 19th, if Manny wins against Broner, would you then at least broach the subject with Floyd, or is that something he has to bring up specifically?
Totally, it would be up to him. That's his choice. He always makes the decisions when it comes to his fights and who he wants to fight. It would totally be up to him.
Do you think he would be interested?
It's tough to say. Tough to say.
Manny, 2-part question. What's been the highest moment of your career? What's been the lowest? And what do you want to prove in this second part of your career?
The highest moment in my career is when I was voted as a fighter of the decades, and win those titles different weight division. And that's the highest moment in my career. And the lowest moment in my career is when when I lost the fight that I'm supposedly win.
Which one was that?
Like Bradley fight, a horn fight, like that.
What style does Broner remind you of that you fought in your career? Yeah, his style, does it remind you of anybody that you fought in your career?
His style is remind me of Mayweather fight.
So, you fighting him, is that kind of a, not a warm-up, but like a test to see how you can adjust to that style to get ready for a rematch with Floyd?
Well, it just happened that Adrian Broner is my opponent, but it's not my plan. Just to fight one at a time. And my focus is just to Adrian Broner, not to Floyd Mayweather. And like I said, there's no rematch. We just focusing right now for January 19. And after that, I have we have election in the Philippines by May next year.
Manny,
You said that you have learned to develop your power. Can you elaborate a bit more on exactly how you've gone about that?
Oh, there's some strategy that we applied back with Buboy Fernandez, and I think it's really neat that strategy in training routine.
Manny, have you watched any Adrian Broner fights?
Yes, I think double fights.
Which one?
I cannot memorize his opponent, but the one with call this the Mexican guy,
Jesse Vargas?
The last one?
Jesse Vargas, and the other one,
Mikey Garcia.
Mikey Garcia, Maidana.
Manny, I find so many metaphors to come up with. You said you're fighter of the decade, Mayweather Promotions promoting the fight. It took 5 years to make Mayweather Pac 1. Can you make your silent thoughts loud now and speak on that now you're teammates and working together to facilitate the sport of boxing?
What was the again?
Like you and Mayweather Promotions are working together. It took 5 years for y'all to work together to get the fight. And you just said you're a fighter of the decade and you're standing next to Leonard Ellaby. What are your silent thoughts now that you're allies, friends, working together to better each other's career?
Well, it's nice to work with them, and also it's a big opportunity for my fighters. Like I said, I have a lot of fighters in the Philippines, almost 50 boxers, professional boxers. This boxers is caliber boxers. You know, I'm a fighter. I know how to choose my fighters, so they're good. I'm so glad and happy that we have a chance to fight here in America.
Based on the fights you've seen, what do you think is your biggest advantage fighting Adrian Broner?
Biggest advantage fighting Broner is my power, my strength. I think I'm stronger than him.
Do you think volume? He's had trouble throwing a lot of punches. Do you think the volume will have a factor in the fight?
Yes, volume, throwing a lot of punches, and of course hard punches and footwork also. Yes.
Manny, now that you and Freddie Roach have reunited, what was that first conversation like? Was it an in-depth conversation? Did you embrace? What was that first conversation back
Well, the
like?
first conversation with my people is just we have a schedule for meeting tonight, so we will let you know what we discuss.
Was it emotional? Was it just a normal day for you?
It's a normal. I have no hard feeling with Fred. He's a friend of mine since 2001.
How did you get out of Bob Arum's contract? Seeming that fighters in the past have had difficulty Mikey Garcia had to sit out 2 years. Oscar went to court. Floyd had to pay money. How did you get out of it?
We finished the contract, and after that,
Oh, was it? Oh, it just ended.
What's your training schedule going to be like? You said, I think this is one of the first times you're practicing through your birthday and through Christmas and into New Year's. So are you going to do Philippines, US? How will that be?
I have to finish my work in the Senate, and after that celebrate my birthday. But while working, celebrating my birthday, I'm still training, of course, in the situations. And after my birthday celebration, and after that.
So Senate ends on the 12th for everyone. Manny's birthday is the 17th. Then a few days later, he will resume training in Los Angeles.
Media, please stay put. Adrian's on his way in.
All right, we're going to go.
Oh, Manny, one quick question. You look quite fit and trim in your suit today. What was your reaction to Broner's physique when you first laid eyes on him?
Well, he's
It's up to you.
a little bit fat. You need to train. You need to train more, work hard for this fight. But I mean, that's the term that I use.
You want to take him this one?
Yeah.
Are you hoping for a more offensive, like